ComixWatch. ComixWatch. ComixWatch.
Now I am become death, the destroyer of worlds.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to this week's episode of ComixWatch. I am Deathstroke enjoyer Nick from the Phoenix Press, and joining me, as always, is the copycat Wade Wilson enjoyer Jared from Comics League. How you doing, buddy?
Where's Francis?
Everybody. So I just want to take a moment to thank our sponsor, me. This video is sponsored by the Phoenix Press, and in particular the novel Lost Kingdom, which is currently out on pre-launch on Kickstarter. It's a fantasy novel set in space. Yes, I am very much a dork. It's a story of a man who makes a choice, he regrets it, and now 15 years later he's had to confront that choice, and things aren't as peachy. It's a fantasy sci-fi novel, kind of think Star Wars from Obi-Wan's perspective. It is currently in pre-launch on Kickstarter. The link will be in the description below. Sign up to be notified when we go live. Jared, anything you want to add?
I've read a bunch of this, and it's actually very good. It's very fun, and there's a lot of references in there.
Yes, Lost Kingdom. It is officially endorsed by Comics League. Yes, check out if we could. And now I return you to your regularly scheduled one. So today we are doing the usual YouTube thing. We're hopping on the algorithm. We're riding it for all it's worth. We're talking about Deadpool because the third movie's coming out this week. I've already got my ticket. And I'm pretty excited. So we're going to do like a little mini review of the first two movies, talk about the lead up to it. And yeah, it's gonna be pretty good. So first off, we're gonna talk about like our views on the character and whatnot. So Jared, what do you think about Deadpool?
I think he's really cool. Actually, I first encountered Deadpool where I normally encountered most in the area that was my first exposure to many Marvel characters, that frickin' Marvel Ultimate Alliance game, because he was in both games. And he was the character that my friends and I would fight over who got to play as because we liked his moves. And it's kind of funny in that game. I managed to glitch it where there was a locked door. I had to do like a big, like I had to do like a lot of stuff to open. I just teleported through it.
Rude.
I was like, screw you, game. I'm gonna skip to the head of the line. But the thing about Deadpool is, and I recently started reading a lot of his comics. I actually got a bunch of them from my friend. And it's kind of funny seeing the evolution of the character because when he started off in like his first appearance, he was very generic mercenary. It wasn't like the fourth wall breaking hysterical badass that we know of today.
You could almost say he was a ripoff of a certain character from DC Comics.
Yes, he was. He was a ripoff of Deathstroke.
This is how blatant it is. So, Deathstroke, who came first by about 10 years, is named Slade Wilson.
Mm-hmm.
Jared, can you tell me what Deadpool's name is?
Wade Wilson. That's how I know. It's like this is one of the many occasions.
One letter.
Nick, this is one of the many occasions where Marvel blatantly rips off. I've shown you the Power Princess picture many times, and when I watch that, when I see
early days of that is your one time you can mention Power Princess and the Swan.
Well, on that.
Jared only gets a mention at one time per recording per stream.
Well, on that, I'll tell that story is like in the early episodes of Under Two Capes, I think before we even did like 50 episodes, it was like really early on. Lad and I were talking before we recorded, and he goes, Marvel has their own version of the Justice League, right? And I'm like, wait, what? So I flip to them in the Marvel Encyclopedia, read their origins, and it's like, Power Princess comes from the island of Utopia, which is full of warrior women. So I'm going, okay, you're not even making it not obvious. So then this is when they release the new designs where Power Princess legit looks like Wonder Woman recolored. They even recreate Stanley Archer recreated a Wonder Woman cover with Power Princess.
At some point, you got to admire the boldness.
It's like you have Swamp Thing and Man Thing.
That's we're getting into a whole other episode.
My point is Deadpool and Deathstroke and Power Princess. Those are my two examples of what. And you know, it's kind of funny. We did an episode about this. Marvel has blatantly ripped off DC more than DC has ripped off Marvel.
Anyway, we've done this on UTC, and that's certainly an episode we can do on ComixWatch. By the way, write that down, Garrett.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
But let's get back to the Deadpool here. Mm-hmm. As for myself, basically my first encounter with the character was at conventions, and I would say that's not the best introduction to the character because Deadpool cosplaying in the early 2010s was kind of the height of cringe. Basically, putting on the Deadpool costume basically in people's eyes, they gave an excuse to act like a jerk. I there's other words I want to say, but
because Wade is a jerk, so there is that.
I get to be all zany and kooky and rude and disturb other people, but hey, I'm Deadpool.
Mm-hmm. I'm the merc with a mouth.
Yeah, I definitely. Since I've kind of like gotten into the character more, like I've watched the movies, I'm a fan of them. Get into his character, I do enjoy it, but we can't deny that there are certain subsects of the fans who like it because LOL zany.
Oh yeah.
They basically see Deadpool as a Looney Tunes character.
Nick, this is essentially the way people treated Harley Quinn.
Yeah, like in the early 2010s, the most common cosplay you saw, the guys were Deadpool. Well, the women were Deadpool too, and the women were there were so many Harley Quinns.
The Harley Quinn thing really
in the early 2010s. There's usually at least 5 or 6 Deadpools and Harley Quinns each.
And the Harley Quinn thing really picked up when Suicide Squad first came out. And I mean the first one, the good one.
And this is a debate that me and Jared had. See, Jared thinks Harley Quinn got popular because of Suicide Squad.
I'm saying she got more mainstream eyes because, yeah, she was popular, but you saw non-comic book people that hadn't seen BTAS before.
I mean, I would argue Harley Quinn was already fairly mainstream before that. Like, I think my argument is Harley Quinn being in the Suicide Squad was actually a selling point of the movie. I mean, did it make her even more popular? Yes. But her being in the movie was a big thing.
Yeah, I'm not debating that at all.
You once did, but that again, that's the whole entire separate episode. But anyway, getting back to Deadpool. So yeah, I do like the character nowadays.
He's cool.
But the thing is,
he even got his own game where you can jump on comic book thought bubbles.
And he's voiced by Nathan Drake.
Of course. And I've met him, so technically I've met Deadpool. Last year's con, I met him. I have pictures.
Nice. You met Nolan.
Yes, I did. I met Nolan. So he and I had a conversation. I know this is off topic, but I'll tell the story. He asked me about the Young Justice thing of Superboy dying. And I go, I knew he wasn't dying because it was DC. They never kill characters.
Or at least not for long.
And he goes, thank you.
Oh my God. What I wouldn't give to hear that conversation, to hear Nolan North say that.
Yeah. But
anyway, so basically the origin, like, I kind of feel like Deadpool is the only bright spot in the comic book landscape. So I love how in the trailer he called himself Marvel Jesus. Not that far off.
Is he wrong, particularly with the way the MCU is going?
Yeah, so basically this is a thesis of the episode. Why is Deadpool so popular? Why do people love him so much? And why is Deadpool and the Wolverine literally the only comic book film that's actually getting some hype and has been for some time?
I can tell you what, at least 50% of the reason. Yeah, Hugh Jackman returning as Wolverine.
I should have had some fork slaying. I could have like gotten some forks and you put.
And this is different from when Keaton was coming back as Batman because there's less of a generational divide.
I mean, it's not so much that. This is just as much Wolverine's movie as it is because Wolverine is literally like 1/3 of the title. Deadpool and Wolverine. Okay, this is both of their movies. It's literally in the title. Whereas The Flash, it's The Flash guest starring Michael Keaton. And let's be honest, Batman wasn't really that vital to the story. You could have cut out all of his sections.
Yeah, but how else? But what would be the one link to Flashpoint? Anyway, back to this. The reason why I think Deadpool does so well now, in other words, the reason why I think he got more popular once they embraced like the craziness of Deadpool is because people do like that fourth wall breaking character that like makes fun. My favorite line of dialogue that Deadpool gave is like, when you defeat him in Ultimate Alliance 2, he goes, "I should have sprung for that double health power up this morning."
I thought you would have said, "Oh, you're so dark, you're so gritty. Are you sure you're from a DC Universe movie?"
Yeah, exactly. Well, there's the other one where the plot of Ultimate Alliance 2 is Civil War. So Deadpool goes, "Just register under Richard Nixon. Worked for me."
I guess you could say he pulled quite the dick move.
There was one where he also goes, he like it takes out a shield guy. And he goes, "You dumbest Neil shield clone. You think I didn't see what you did to those cherry blossoms over there? And you," he points to you, "you think it makes me less of a man because I came here for the cherry blossom festival, don't ya? You're laughing with your eyes. I can see it." It's so funny.
By the way, I just wanted to point out that She-Hulk was doing that 10 years, like 20 years before Deadpool was doing it.
Yes, exactly. It's just when Deadpool did it, it was a little bit. In other words, that's when Deadpool got popular. I'm not saying he invented it. I'm saying that's what helped that character like explode in popularity.
Yeah, agreed. And so one of like his fourth wall breaks kind of caught the attention of a certain actor. I'm trying to get us back on track.
Yes, please.
So I'm
we have
gonna
a
show
track.
Yes, and now we're back on it. So, you probably a lot of you guys have seen this panel, and I'm just gonna read it for you. Hey, if you look like Ryan Reynolds crossed with a Sharpay, you'd understand. What do you care? Superman with no kryptonite. I just realized he's also doing a Superman reference there, so that's cool.
Yeah, I love that. So
I love how Marvel always like makes DC call outs, like like they reference Superman and whatnot. It's like they know who's better.
Oh, they definitely know who's better, and they admitted it.
So anyway, so
and the answer is
basically,
DC.
When this panel came out in the early 2000s, it caught the attention of the actual Ryan Reynolds, and he decided it was his life destiny to play Deadpool. And he finally got his wish in X-Men Origins Wolverine.
Where's the "why did you say that name" clip? Because jeez.
All right, let me see if I have something equivalent.
But yeah,
I hate it when he does that.
Yes, exactly. See, the thing about that, because everyone admits, up until he vanishes, it's actually pretty solid. It's when they sew his mouth shut that everyone's like, and like put the sword blades straight into his arm. That everyone's like, "No, I'm not liking this."
See, the problem is, it's like he's a dead pool. He's a pool of dead people. Get it? Like it's like they just look at the name, and they're like, "Oh, yeah, there's our character."
That is straight up like the most like corporate thing ever.
Yeah,
and it just astounds me. And obviously, that wasn't very popular.
No. It was very much a misfire. But they did try to do a solo movie, and they did some test footage, and
I think Blur did the original test footage, I think, or leaked from Tim
yeah,
Miller's studio.
yeah, Tim Miller Studio, Blur Studios, which I don't know if you knew this, but Blur Studio has been responsible for a lot of cinematics. They didn't really redo all the Halo ones.
Halo anniversary. They did all the really good cutscenes for DC Online. You know, that big battle that plays in the beginning. That's Blur.
Star Wars: The Old Republic.
They did the Old Republic. They did Kratos. They did a lot of really good stuff. And apparently, Tim Miller's like a big comic book fan, so that's why he really wanted to do this. So it leaked, and it exploded.
I love how to this day we still don't know who did it. Ryan Reynolds did it. Like,
it's either Ryan or Tim. I guarantee you, it's one of those two. They're like, okay, so watch.
I like how you and Ryan Reynolds, like, I'm about 49% sure it wasn't me.
49% sure. Thanks for the vote of confidence. And it leaked, and everyone's like, we want this. And apparently it hit such a social media uproar that they actually, because I think previously the reason why they didn't do it is because they didn't think there was enough interest in it. The internet provided.
So are you saying that because of an internet movement,
oh my gosh, is this a Zack Snyder reference? Is this a Zack Snyder reference? Is this our obligatory Zack Snyder reference? By the way, hashtag Rebel Moon. Next week.
So are you saying they restored the Deadpool verse?
Yeah, exactly. So the movie comes out.
Sorry, the correlation was there.
Fun fact, it was the first movie where someone asked me for my ID walking in. So that was fun. I had just turned 18.
Why do you have to look so young, sir? Why do you have to look so young?
Everyone looks young compared to you. So I guess we're hopping into the first movie. Of the two, currently two, this one's obviously the better one.
I think they're both pretty good.
Both are good, but I enjoy the first one more.
What I like about about both of them is they're both kind of slice of life.
Yeah.
Like it's a story set in the X-Men universe, and it kind of crosses paths.
He's got the X-Men. He has the X-Men Origins Deadpool action figure. I wonder if that universe's Wolverine was ever like, I hate that movie. But my favorite line is he goes, wait, you may be wondering why the red suit. Well, so bad guys can't see me bleed. This guy's got the right idea. He wore the brown pants.
Well, also,
or no, my favorite joke is the one where he punches Colossus in the nuts, breaks his hand, and goes, "Your poor wife."
Well, speaking of Colossus, like, I think this is one of the reasons why the movies work is they just get the characters.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Exactly. Colossus is that way, and I like where in the movie they comment on it. It's funny how it's in Deadpool 2 they comment on this with Deadpool's like, it's funny how it's only you and Negasonic Teenage Warhead. It's like the studio couldn't afford more X-Men.
No, my favorite one is fourth wall break inside a fourth wall break. That's like 16 walls.
That's a Nick pun. That's why. I also like where they go, we'll take you to see the professor. McAvoy or Stewart?
These timelines are so confusing.
I love that. And where he cuts off his hand, and his hand is flipping the bird to Colossus.
Yeah, he's got like those baby hands.
Yeah. I love in the other one where he's regrowing his legs, and then his friend's like, come on, he's so cute.
Oh god. And Negasonic Teenage Warhead, like, under any other writing team, would have been so cringe and unbearable, but it actually made her work.
And who knew this was a crossover with Mandalorian? Nick knows why I'm referencing that.
You know, man, who knew Cara Dune had such great knees?
But so yeah, there was that, and I love how this movie starts though where he's in the cab. Well, actually, the first time I see him, when he's in the cab, he's just playing around, and then he goes, "I'm going after someone on my naughty list."
Yeah, and then like the show his origin, how he's actually kind of a good guy to a degree.
To a degree. I also
Whose
love
litter box did I just crap in?
and I love where he's where Dolpinder is like, my rival's in my trunk, and then Deadpool has to act all serious for Colossus. He goes, "That is so not right. Good for you. We are gonna let that guy go. Kill him."
Also, like the one was like, "All right, where's my guns?" He left them in the car. Like they did that because they didn't have the budget. Also, I love how the fights on a helicarrier, they just don't mention it.
I also love in the beginning where the opening credits are by some asshat, some overpaid studio director, starring the most talented man in Hollywood. I also love where he's about to kiss his girlfriend at the end of the movie, and he has Hugh Jackman's face like stapled to his head.
Which, by the way, I need to mention that's Nara from Firefly.
Oh, hell yeah. Only she's actually being directed by a competent director.
Oh, I have a crossover for you. What if this is Leslie Tompkins before she got her doctorate?
So Deadpool is gonna cross over with Batman? Hell yeah.
With Gotham.
And then him and Deathstroke do the Spider-Man meme. That would happen. Come on.
I'm sorry, corporations ruined that meme. Oh my freaking god, they ruined it.
Yeah, they did it way too much in the Spider-Verse movies.
Oh god. And then they did it in the game, and it's like, oh,
it was one thing when they did it in No Way Home, but they just overdid it. But anyway, so yeah, Deadpool 1, I would say, is actually really, really, really solid as a first movie for Deadpool.
Mm-hmm.
Now we get to Deadpool 2. By the way, we can't leave without mentioning this line. Please don't make the super suit green or animated.
If you gotta do it properly. Please don't make the super suit green or animated.
Yeah, I love that one. So, oh, by the way, guess who plays Francis in this movie?
Ooh.
The Admiral from Rebel Moon.
Mm.
Admiral Noble.
Well, there's some crossover material right there.
Oh, Rebel Moon! That would be great. He's alive in Rebel Moon. He's just there. He glues antlers on his head because I saw the robot doing it. But anyway, so then we get to Deadpool 2. It's fun. Don't get me wrong. My favorite joke from this movie is where we're seeing Domino's powers. I think her name was Domino. And he's like, and she's like, I have luck powers. He goes, there's no way you'd be able to cinematically show that. It's so lame. It sounds like it would be invented by a lame comic book artist who can't draw feet.
They take so many pot shots at Also, the thing about Domino is she's a race swap.
Yeah.
But it works because, for one, they never call attention to it. And she's just a character, and she's a great character. She's played well.
Oh, and who knew Brad Pitt was in this movie? We plays the vanish. I love where they're all parachuting and you just see the parachute. Oh, and Peter, he just showed up because he's like, it seemed fun. I need to get out of the house more.
I like how he said, like, this is X-Force.
Yeah, where he goes, it's time to, it's enough of this gendered language. X-Force. And they all die.
Yeah. And then also the guy who plays Shatterstar would go on to become not only a Power Ranger, but also Liu Kang in the new Mortal Kombat.
Oh, God. Yes, that's right. I would love if Deadpool asked him, have you ever morphed? Yes, but only in the shower. That's my favorite line from that Power Rangers movie.
Oh, God.
That's my favorite line from that movie. But
another thing is, I like they brought in the Juggernaut, and he's actually really good. But also like Colossus, like, I must fight Dottie.
Yeah. Hey, pick on someone your own size. Then Deadpool goes, big CGI fight coming up.
See, what works about that is Colossus has been such a galoot, and the fact that he fights dirty, like that what makes it great. See, people, when you restrain yourself, then you can have the good moment.
Fun fact: Juggernaut is voiced by Ryan Reynolds.
Why does that make so much sense?
They just distort his voice. And so let's talk about Cable, because I love Josh Brolin as Cable. Zip it, Thanos!
I love how like it's like Thanos is in like an entirely different movie from everybody else.
And I love how they're running to the orphanage and there's Dolpinder right next to them. He's like, and then when he sees Juggernaut, he goes, "I'm out." But so the thing I like about so I like Cable and the way he was shown in this. It was all really cool. And then I like how he builds a gun out of trash. Like he takes a crisp vector, straps a microwave to it, and straps all this other crap, and somehow makes like a super rifle. And this is where we get the line, "So dark, are you sure you're not from the DC universe?"
I guess you can say no one stays good in this world.
Fun fact, there was kind of a funny game being played by Ryan Reynolds and Zack Snyder that Ryan was supposed to play Hal Jordan in the Snyderverse. I could see Zack doing that. He casts Hal Jordan, he's like, "Redemption arc."
Oh god, that would have been kind of funny. There's a lot, and also the other thing is, so they made Negasonic gay and in a relationship, and it works.
I don't care. It's like because they didn't make it all the character.
And then we have to talk about the finale portion where he gets the time, whatever, and we get some interesting moments. Like we see Ryan Reynolds reading the script to Green Lantern, and all of a sudden there's blood on it.
Yeah, and I like where he shows up in X-Men Origins, shoots the Deadpool thing, and just empties the freaking mag into the thing. He's like, "Bum, bum, bum, bum. Bum, 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 bum."
And I like how, like, it's obviously Hugh Jackman in stock footage, but like, I just like how he looks at him confused.
Yeah, that actually works. By the way, one thing we didn't mention about Deadpool 1, if you go back to the beginning, the post-credit scene is Deadpool as Ferris Bueller in Ferris Bueller's Day Off, and then he literally just drops, "Oh yeah, Cable's in the next one."
Apparently that was ad-libbed. Like
he's like, "Well, I know what character I have to have in the next one."
Yeah, they weren't planning on that. They didn't know if they'd get a sequel. They're like, "Hey, let's just do it, whatever."
And then he goes, "My movie made just as much as Jesus."
And so that leads us to the anticipation for the third movie. So Jared, do you remember your reaction when you saw like the first announcement that Hugh Jackman was coming back?
Love how they announced that. He's like, "We have no
Hey, Hugh,
ideas.
You want to do another one?"
No. So you're not like you're not representing properly. So it's a video of like Ryan Reynolds doing stuff. You see him like thinking about the script. He's even on the toilet. He's in the Deadpool
Blake
suit.
Lively makes a cameo.
No, she wasn't in that. And then so he goes, "And we got nothing. It's all so crushed to nothing. But we did have one idea." Hugh walks past. "Hey Hugh, you want to play Wolverine one more time?" "Sure." That's it. That's all it was.
And that's all it took.
And that thing blew up like a nuclear bomb.
Because that's and then when it was like, and then when it was announced he was going to be in the costume.
Oh, when that costume came out again, it trended. And this was the example that Nick and I both used on Comics League in this about why superhero fatigue is not real, because everyone was hyped.
Yeah, like just a costume reveal, and the hype has actually been carrying over. Like I do think they're starting to spoil a little bit too much. Honestly.
Well, actually, here's the interesting thing. According to the producer, a few of the things that they revealed are fakes. Like they intentionally like did some stuff. So some of the cameos leaked aren't actually in the movie. They just intentionally leaked it to throw people off.
So you're telling like okay, because remember like leaks apparently the van from Moon Knight appears.
There was no van in Moon Knight, so there you go.
No, the ice cream truck or whatever.
I don't remember a van in the Moon Knight show.
I remember a vehicle relating to Moon Knight got leaked.
Probably. The point is, a few of like the character cameos may not be in the movie.
I could literally see it, like Ryan Reynolds like paying a person like, hey, we're gonna put you in a Predator costume. Just walk around set for
Just walk around. He's like, we'll pay the royalties. It's all good. Hey, Affleck, do you still have the bat suit? Hey, Henry Cavill, you want to come back as Superman again? No.
God,
he calls in the entire Justice League and dresses them like the Squadron Supreme.
No. Imagine if Zack Snyder appeared on set and he's just like visiting.
Zach, come on, be in the movie. Be in the movie.
Imagine if Zack Snyder makes a cameo.
He's got Leonidas' sword.
No. Imagine if Zack Snyder actually makes a cameo in the movie.
Yeah, it's like Deadpool like ends up at Warner Bros. He goes, "What are you doing? Finishing my Justice League arc." Because Warner Brothers won't do it.
No. It's Zack Snyder, and he's wearing a Restore the Snyderverse t-shirt.
And no, Deadpool's wearing it with the mask and everything.
Oh,
All right, so I said,
that's not going to happen, but you know.
So this is supposed to like bring Deadpool into the MCU, and I said what they should do. That'd be really funny. Make him the Stan Lee cameo.
Yeah, I heard that.
And then but I took it a step further. Put like the Stan Lee hair and glasses over the mask. No, he has the mask on, but the glasses and like a wig on over them, like when he did Bob Ross.
Oh God!
You can't tell me that would not be screams in the movie theater.
Oh jeez.
Oh, by the way, I guarantee you, if Ben Affleck's Daredevil shows up, I guarantee you, Deadpool will go, "I'm Batman."
I really hope that if he does appear, he comes out to bring me to life.
No, Deadpool is singing "Bring Me to Life."
Oh no!
No! He's holding his phone like that one movie. He goes, "This is a great song."
No. What he says is, "All right, Ben Affleck, go back there. I got to put on the Evanescence music."
And then Elektra shows up and he goes, "Stay with him. You were only good in his movie."
Oh God.
By the way, I watched Elektra.
Yeah.
What a boring ass superhero movie. But anyway, so for this, the thing, what I really like about this is obviously, like we said before, Deadpool kills the Foxverse and stuff. But what I like about it is that they're not going so crazy into the multiverse in that they're using the bare minimum that they can use. A Wolverine. And I don't think the TVA are going to play that big of a role. I think they're just going to be like maybe the first act of the movie to establish the plot, link them up with Wolverine, and then it's just going to be the two of them.
It seems like they're going to be antagonists at some point.
At some point, that's why I think like maybe in like the first or the first two acts, maybe they're chasing Deadpool because Deadpool turns into like I think that's like wrecking the multiverse because that's what Deadpool does. What I did see that was kind of cool. They're bringing back X-23.
Yeah, but the thing that I didn't like, as soon as it started happening, the chatter was like, "She's gonna replace Wolverine."
No, they're not. All they're doing is to establish that on this Earth there was an X-23. Because remember, this is not the Logan Wolverine. This is a variant.
Here's the thing: you want to do a Young Avengers? Put her on the Young Avengers.
Yeah, which they obviously are trying to set up. It's not going to work, but they really want to set that up. That's fine. Do that.
Yeah, put her on the Young Avengers.
I do think though, because Kevin Feige did say that like this is the beginning of the mutant saga. Like we had the multiverse saga, now we have the mutant saga. And he said the X team is going to be a mix.
They realized they fumbled the bag.
They realized the multiverse was a bad idea. Just say mutants. Just say mutants.
I think they're eventually going to lead up to Avengers vs. X-Men.
Oh, yeah. There's no way they can. And I wish. Can they bring back variants of Captain America and Iron Man so we can have those characters? Please. Just do that for me. I think what they'll do is that they'll do a mini event movie, which would be like World War Hulk. and then do Avengers versus X-Men. And I really hope Emma Frost and Scott Summers are on the team and have Jean Grey dead somewhere, or just have her with Wolverine.
Well, the thing about Avengers X-Men is Phoenix plays a part in that storyline. So
yes, it plays a major part in it, but so does Scott and Emma. Jean is dead at this point.
Oh God, I don't know what's worse. Your Super Wonder shipping or your Emma Frost Scott shipping.
Let me put it this way: it's different with Scott and Emma because Jean is an actually useful.
By the
character.
way, what's the ship name for Scott and Emma?
Let me see.
Is it Diamond Beam or whatever? I don't know.
Ship name for Cyclops and Emma Frost. Let me see. That is called alternate names. Emot. That's stupid. Schema. That's stupid. White Queen Cyclops. I don't think there is a name.
Huh.
The point is, it's different than my Superman and Wonder Woman one in one very important detail. Jean Grey is an actual useful character as opposed to Lois, who serves no purpose.
Yes, Lois Lane's usefulness is if she dies.
Yeah. By the way, so we invented a funny. So when we were talking about.
By the way, is Jean Grey the heiress of the Marvel universe?
I have no idea what that means, but okay. So
Final Fantasy VII fans are
last thing I'll mention. So when we were talking about Transformers 2007, someone brought up about how they ship Lois with Megatron, and we got some ship names.
Oh God! Oh God!
Mega Lois, which I think is kind of stupid because it's not stupid. I don't think it's as
Here's
effective.
my ship name, Lamatron.
That's one. Logatron.
That makes me think of other characters.
Well, it was Dave, so there you go.
That makes me think of like Wolverine and Megatron.
You know, someone ships that somewhere on the internet.
Oh God! Oh God! Yeah. So, all right. On that cringy note, we are gonna end it. If you made it this far, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Tell us, are you excited for the Deadpool movie? This goes live on Wednesday. We will have a headline where we talk about Deadpool on the Friday Night Frenzy. We're talking about Top Gun, but we'll have a little thing for Deadpool. I think it's only fair. So, Jared, final thoughts, and where can people find you?
You can find me at Comics League on YouTube, and please don't suck.
I'm sure it'll be fine. So, this has been Nick from the Phoenix Press, and remember, chimichanga, chimichanga.